Coach, appreciate your time. I trust it's significantly better temperatures down in Florida than it is in Charlotte this afternoon. But what can you tell us about Christian's back injury? What exactly was the extent of the injury? When did he have surgery? And when is he expected to join the club in preseason camp?
First of all, hello Ashley. Yeah, the weather is good here. I'm not trying to duck the question. Uh, the, yeah, Christian had to, as you saw from the announcement from the club, has to undergo a surgery. There is just cleaning up one of the disc at the back. Nothing too serious, but something that will keep him out of the squad for a little while. We are monitoring with the performance department on a daily basis what kind of recovery he's going to have. But I spoke with Christian. He was a day hospital, so he didn't even stay in the hospital. They did the procedure and they went back home. And he's undergoing recovery, so we are waiting for him. We are waiting to come back. It shouldn't be a long delay, so we are monitoring the situation on a daily basis. After few days, every few days we regroup and we ask the performance department how it's going. And apparently the surgery went really well. I spoke with Christian on a number of occasions already, and he seems quite upbeat.
Cool. Thank you, Ashley. We'll go to Will and then Alex next.
Christian, when you brought in Enzo Cappetti this offseason, I know that you won't really know this question until you see him on the pitch, but philosophically, what do you feel like is the best case scenario for what he can bring to the club, especially from a link-up standpoint with Karol Swiderski?
Yeah, we were following a number of strikers that we wanted to bring in, and we decided Enzo was our man, our main target. So I even flew to Buenos Aires to look at him personally, and what I like about him is that the guy that is really determined to score goals. He likes to attack the space. He likes to be intense in his playing. He brings personality, he brings speed, he brings power, and this ability to score goals, to be brave, attacking the defenders, attacking the goal all the time. And I think that we needed that kind of qualities in the team, given that we have Karol, that is another special striker that we really value and but with different characteristics. So we thought that those two coming together could work well for our football club.
Alex, go ahead.
Hi, Christian. Hope you're doing well.
Hello, Alex. Yeah.
Hey, among the many things that happened this offseason, Christian Fuchs retires and he joins the staff. Can you just take me through that story? What did you talk to him about after the season? Why did he ultimately join the staff, etc.?
But it was something that came along. First of all, I have to say that we were lucky enough to assemble a fantastic coaching staff here. I cannot be more happy and proud of how the guys are working. They bring energy, they bring knowledge, they bring experience. And Christian, I know that his passion for football and was already looking at what to do, how professionally, after he finished his career as a player. He has my complete trust. He's a guy that brings detail, his focus, already working, already acquired some coaching badges and working to the highest ones. So I think he was just a perfect choice because he knew the system, he knew the way of football we want to play. And so when I didn't want to make a decision for him, because I don't think anybody should tell a player when to stop his playing days. He his decision, but I told him that I would have been happy should he have taken that decision to have him in my staff, because we see things very similarly in many different ways. So I think that we are very happy and lucky to have him in our coaching staff. But again, I repeat, all the coaching staff assembled, Aaron, Pa, obviously Andy that stayed, and Rowan the analyst, Andrea that join us on a different capacity. I think we have. I am so happy, and Charlotte Football Club, in my humble opinion, is very lucky to have this great group of people together.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Chris.
Jonathan, and then we'll go to Jorge.
Thanks, Will. Hey, Christian, this is Jonathan from MLSsoccer.com.
Hello, John.
Put a date on it. Do you expect Kalina to be available for that February 25th opener? Or is there a further target date? And secondarily, where do you feel this squad stands right now going into the club's second season? Kind of taking a big picture look across the league and just kind of how Charlotte's measuring up going into its second year as a club.
Yeah. So Jonathan, the first question regarding Christian, we are, as I said, we are monitoring. We are not sure exactly the date when he's coming back. I don't know if he's going to be ready exactly for the first game of the season, but we will see how the recovery goes. But it shouldn't be like a lot later. Then regarding our squad, I think we are very focused on ourselves. We have a very good group of players that we like, and that we have been already doing work with them from last season, so they know the system. And we didn't want to disrupt the group too much, but we knew and we know that we need to add some quality, intense and experienced players in different positions. So our job, and I think that the front office and the scouting department, they've done a good job in identifying the targets that we wanted. So Enzo Cappetti was one, Ashley Westwood was another one. It's not just players that they are pushed to ourselves and then we decide. We have a scouting department that analyze together with the coaching department exactly the profile that we need, and then we try to go for the ones that we can have. And me personally, have been a long time admirer of Ashley Westwood since I was working in Premier League, and Copetti the same, is a player that I followed for a while, and so we are going like pinpoint, the players, and not just making changes for the sake of it, because the group of players that we have, we believe, as the staff, we talk about them on a daily basis. We believe in them very much, and then we just wait for these first few friendlies that we'll have in pre-season to see what we have to do. But for now, I'm happy with what I have, and I am, together with the coaching staff, we are very happy to work with the group of players that we have.
Jorge, go ahead, and then we'll go to Carol after that.
Hey Christian, good to see you again.
Hey Jorge, thank you. Good to see you too.
Mine's a pretty quick question. I know Jordi Reyna was in and out of the team last season. I wanted to know, is he a player that you count on for this next season?
He's not a player that I count on. I like Jordi. We had conversation personally. Sometimes professionally, we cannot see things in the same way with all the players, and so he's not necessarily a player I count on the next season. But this is part of football, and we need to move on. And we have to focus on the players and the profiles that we have. At the moment, I've got 4 wingers that I like and trust, and then we have Adam Armour coming back, that me personally I see him more as an attacking player than a defending one. And so we will reassess the situation going forward.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Carol, go ahead.
Hey Christian, how are you? Welcome back.
Thank you, Carol. Good to see you.
You too. I just wanted to ask about a couple of your formerly injured guys, Guzman, Crujo, where he is, and also Vinny Mello.
Right. Guzman is with us, obviously, here in Florida. Is continuing his rehab program. As you can imagine, the same character that he showed on the pitch, he showed it also outside of the pitch, and we wanted to keep him very much into the loop with everything that goes on tactically and how our team is developing. So he works really hard on a daily basis. Individually, he has individual program and is followed individually by our performance department. He's a big part of our group on the pitch and off the pitch, and so his rehab is going forward, and I think he's recovering hopefully quicker than he was initially thought of because of his professionality and because also how the guys in the performance department are following his progress. Regarding Vini is back. He's training. He was already training with us at the end of last season, at the very end, and he came back ready to go. He has been training in all the training sessions, so he's effectively a new player for us, and he's a guy that we like his quality. He's a calm guy to have around. He's really a joy to have him in the group. So he's a guy, he's a player in which we believe very much, and we think that he can give a different dimension also our attacking play.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's go to Jess, and then we'll go to Sam after that.
Hey Christian, one
Hey, Jess.
quick big picture. When you look back at 2022, what do you feel like the biggest thing this squad needs to work on collectively to see an improvement in the 2023 season?
Well, a number of things we need to improve. First of all is, and this is the responsibility, my responsibility and the coaching staff responsibility, to consolidate our model of the game. We want to create a team that is that's dynamic, that is aggressive in its play, that wants to make the club and the Carolinas proud. So when we go onto the pitch, we know that we carry a certain responsibility, and we want to mirror that with the game, with a way of playing that mirror this energy that we feel in the Carolinas. So, but the other thing that we need to improve is, if we want to play in a certain way, we need to have a mentality that goes with that. So the first year, sometimes away from home, on few occasions, unfortunately, we left points on the road, even when we probably deserved a little bit more. But if we didn't got them, it's because it's our fault. So we need to improve of that, and that's we are trying to build alongside the football side. We are trying to build a resilience and a togetherness that we want to carry in our season, and starting from this preseason. That's why the work with the new coaching staff is priceless, because these guys bring a lot of energy, a lot of togetherness, and I think, and we hope that it's gonna be seen in the team, in the way we play next season. As I said many times last season, Jessica, we want to be humble but also ambitious, and hopefully we can show something that everybody can be proud.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Sam, go ahead. Coming to Arturo after you.
Christian, happy 2023.
Thank you, Sam. Same to you.
So now we have more of a Christian Lattanzio squad than we did last year. You know, last year you inherited a team. This year you had a draft and an off season, and the second half of last year to put more of your stamp on it. Can you talk a little bit to how you've crafted the team since you took over, and what you're looking for this coming season?
Yeah, for us, for me, one of the most important things is to have quality and intensity. As I told you in the past, as I told you the scouting department, I don't try to complicate things, but our job is to make it easy. So I want players that they are fully committed when they have the ball, when they don't have the ball, and they can work for 90 minutes with quality. So this is a big challenge. I know that everybody would like to have that, but I am very determined to bring that to our football club. So what I was looking with the front office and with the sporting director, the scouting department, the coaching staff, is to look at the positions that for us are key, in which we needed more improvement in those areas. So intensity, quality, and a little bit of experience, because also to have a young squad, not just necessarily in terms of age, but in terms of professional games played at this level. And we have few players in our squad that we rate highly, but they need a little bit of time to acquire this experience. So that's why also the acquiring of Ashley Westwood, the acquiring of Enzo Cappetti, and to have the confirmation that I wanted to keep Arizona full. I think that we're starting to blend the youth. So Vinny Melo is another new player, so to speak, because we haven't seen him last season on the pitch, but he's a young player with no experience in MLS. So we wanted to create this blend of energy and at the same time an intensity, but at the same time with quality and experience. And this is where we are trying to go.
Thank you. And one quick one, how does that approach dovetail into picking up the additional international roster spots?
Yeah, as I said, we have a very good scouting department that is looking in different directions. So whenever the possibility of taking a player that we think it would fit in our system, we need to be ready. And that's why we wanted to be ready should we find somebody that is not American or doesn't have a green card. Also, we have a number of players that they enrolled in the green card, and we hope to have few of them ready before the end of the season. Before the start of the season.
Great. Good luck in the preseason.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Arturo, and then Carlos after you.
Christian, thank you for your time. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, Arturo. Likewise.
How's the process been like for the guys that are coming into the team from the draft, guys like Hamadi, and what's the importance of having somebody like Ben Bender in the team, talking to them, somebody that's been through the entire season with the team? Are they transitioning well from adapting to a newer system to a professional system? How do you see the guys that are coming from the draft?
Yeah, we have a number of guys that they come also because of the new MLS Next Pro team that we have. I am a big admirer of the American players, so I always wanted to have a stronghold of American players around because of many different qualities that I believe they bring to the team. So not just Ben Bender, but in the past Brandt Bronico went through this process, and many others, George Marks, for example. And so that he actually comes from Clemson, which is the same university from which Hamadi comes from. So to have them around for me is priceless, because they know the system, they can understand the transition, and that can help. But there is also a time frame that they need, regardless, to adjust to the speed of the game. And we can see with all the guys that they come here, they contribute, they have a fantastic attitude, a great energy, positivity, but obviously the quality and is at the beginning, especially because it's the first week, is not so easy to adjust to the demands of the first team. And the more quality we bring from international players, the more difficult but challenging, I would say, for them. And I believe that they are learning many things in terms of how to approach the training on the pitch, tactically, technically, and physically, but also mentally outside of the pitch. But I think that they have been felt welcome from everybody, and we really blend them in all the sessions that we had. So far, so good.
Thank you, Arturo. Carlos, and then John.
Hey, how you doing, Christian? This is Carlos from CT Soccer Show. I have a question.
Hello, Carlos.
First of all, you can explain more about what is the situation with Jordi Reina? Do you want to come with him for this section next season? And the second one, the fans, especially the Latino community, they are very excited about the second season Charlotte FC. What can expect the fans about this season? Thank you so much, Christian. Good luck for this season.
Thank you, Carlos. So the situation with Jordi, I think that the club will make an announcement, I guess, soon. So I don't want to talk too much about that. I already answered before. Regarding the Charlotte supporters community, listen, we are very excited and we want, I can talk, but as you know, talk is cheap, and we really want to create a team. We want to build a team together with the players, with the coaching staff, and with the front office that you guys and everybody associated with the Charlotte Football Club can be proud of. So again, I don't want to start to talk now about, but everything that we are doing, I can assure you, is aimed to make you and to make every supporter of Charlotte FC proud. And we are excited about that. We know how much energy, and I said this on a number of occasions, and I keep saying it, that with the little experience that I have in different leagues in the world, but honestly, the atmosphere that there is in the Bank of America Stadium is second to none. We loved it. We love to play in front of our supporters, and we love to play for our supporters. So, and I want our supporters to be proud of the team and about the way we play as well. For us, it's very important. It's not just the result, but how we play for us is just as important.
Thank you, Carlos. John.
Thank you, Christian. Happy 2023. Good to speak with you again.
Thank you, John. Same to you.
Thank you. You mentioned Ashley Westwood before, and you knew him a little bit when you were working in the Premier League. Just talk about the experience he brings and all the talent he obviously has, and with still having a relatively young squad. You mentioned that you wanted to blend some of the players in, Cappetti also, but just that experience that Westwood has of playing at the highest level in one of the best, if not the best leagues in the world, and how he can add that into the squad for this upcoming season.
Well, as I said before, I have been a long-time admirer of Ashley as a player, and then I have been working with some of the guys that they coached him. So all the reports that we got about the person first, and then the players that I knew were great. So for us, it was an obvious choice. The quality that he brings, there are a number of qualities. First of all, he has played hundreds of games in probably what I would define the most difficult league in the world, and I think that he shows in his approach. He's very humble, but very detailed, very focused. He's very personable. He came and he looked like he was already here since 5 years. You don't, when you see him in the squad, you don't have the impression that he's a guy that just arrived, but you get the impression that he's a guy that has been here from day one last season. So that tells you how adaptable, how intelligent is the guy. On the pitch, he's calm, he's composed, good communicator, technically very gifted, very dynamic, very intense. With big qualities of delivering, as we saw, but also in playing, and so he's one of the quiet leaders in the club. You know, this is a guy that has been captain of Burnley, that has been for years one of the most hard-performing team in the Premier League. So for us to have him here is a blessing.
If I could just ask a second quick question, second year for this club, your first year in charge fully. You almost led this team to the playoffs. You were alive until the final week of the regular season. Do you feel, I know obviously the goal for every team is to win the MLS Cup, but do you feel like with the squad you have, with the additions you made, that this is now a playoff team? And also, I know the squads are completely different, but Austin, after their first year, with the jump that they made in their second year getting to the Western Conference Final, do you almost look at what they did and use that as maybe somewhat of a template for what you can do with your squad?
I mean, certainly the example of Austin is an inspiration for us, is an example that we would like to follow, but we are Charlotte and they are Austin, so every club is built and there's a different philosophy. But I rest assured that our objective, we are not gonna hide behind it, is to go into the playoff, and then after we will see what happens. So we must fight for this objective. We have to compete to win every game. We try to compete to be successful in every game, and this has to be our aim. Then after we will see, but one thing at a time, and I'm not here to say we are gonna achieve this or we are gonna achieve that, but I can promise that we will fight to go to the playoff. That has to be our objective, and to advance as much as possible in all the competitions in which we will play. So as I said last year and this year, with trimming the squad and to try to make it a little bit closer to what I think we need to be humble but ambitious. So little by little we will get to where we want to be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. All right, we've got time for just one more, so we'll circle back to Ashley to close out the press conference.
Well, I'm going to take advantage of that generosity, Will, and make it a two-parter. So first part is having had time to look at George Mark's development as well as that of Pablo's. Is one showing a little bit better than the other thus far in preseason? And that being said, being a full week into preseason now, where does the club stand? I'm sure it's leaps and bounds compared to where things were last year. For starters, there aren't 3 consecutive weekends of snow preventing you from going to Clemson, so there's that.
So actually, you start the press conference, you close it, and you ask me who is better between George and Pablo.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. No. George and Pablo, they are 2 guys in which we have full confidence, 100%. I have full confidence, the club has got full confidence, the coaching staff has got full confidence. So they have different characteristics, different morphology, different way of interpreting the same position. And so I cannot say one is better than the other one. They started on the same level field, they know what to expect. They were here last season, so there is this healthy competition that they have. There is this possibility that they have to play also in preseason more minutes that they probably would have if Christian was fit. So whenever there is a problem, there could be also an opportunity. So we want to look at that. So there is more opportunities for these 2 guys. So we will see, we will monitor the situation. They both will have chances to play and to impress us. We know already what they are capable of, and they have to be given time, like every other player has to be given time. So at the moment, actually, I cannot really say who is in front of the other one. Level playing field. And I didn't get the second part of your question, sorry, about
where
snow.
the club where things stand at this point right now after a full week in preseason. If it's an 11-step ladder, are you on step 4, step 7? Where do things stand now seeing the
step
club
27 out of 45? No, listen, actually, we feel wonderful. The first week was really great. The location that we chose is fine, is great. We are in the Miami facilities. The weather has been quite generous with us. Just like a couple of days a little bit cold, but other than that, the sun shines, and we had few days in which we could even train with short sleeves. The atmosphere within the camp is great. I couldn't ask for more, honestly. I've been in few preseason camps, and this rates one of the best. Because of many things, because of the way the group is coming together, because of the work ethic and the energy the boys are bringing, because of how the coaching staff already settled in and blend together. in many different ways, this feels really great. Now our challenge is to make sure that we keep the energy, we keep the intensity, and we keep building on what we have. But as the first week is gone, this is the beginning today of the week 2. I am very, very happy about everything. As I said, the challenge is, can we keep the same and stepping forward and even building on this? This is our big challenge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll wrap it up there, everyone. Christian, thank you for being generous with your time.
Thank you.
We'll get these assets out to everyone as soon as possible.